As the UK migrant illegal crossings spiral out of control, and the record number of people crossing averages 1,000 people a day, we hear from a viewer and also people around the country of how the council are now coming for your home. Hi there, and thank you to everybody for joining me in yet another video back at the channel Just Gone Viral. If you're new here, we'd like to cover crime and news, give analysis, and also bring you information that sometimes the mainstream media won't always tell you. So please like, share, comment and subscribe. Let's get straight into the video. As the hot sunny weather attracts more illegal migrants making the dangerous crossing across the channel, we see an average of now nearly 1,000 people making a dangerous crossing each day. But with the government announcing 2.5 million new homes, we know these homes won't be going to the people of the UK. And as the government starts to run out of hotels, there seems that there is only one other solution, and that is now to take people's homes from right under their feet. Something was introduced way back a few years ago called an MPO. This stands for a mandatory possession order, that councils have powers to seize properties. MPOs were enforced and set up so that councils could take control of abandoned or derelict properties. But now it seems that the purpose of the MPO is now for a different reason. But as councils investigate and research the amount of bedrooms in a property compared to the occupants living there, they are now lining up properties for MPOs. The MPO means that you will have to sell your property and leave, but the amount of money you will be given for the property won't be the amount that you're asking for, but more the amount that they are willing to give you. For example, if an elderly couple live in a 4-bedroom house and there is just the two of them occupying it, the council will see that the house is not being used to its full potential. This process is also now applying to private landlords and housing associations. Private landlords are being persuaded and selling themselves out to the country as the government offer them money for rent and repairs in return for housing migrants. And as housing associations buy up other housing associations and properties ready to rent out to migrants. But as the shortfall of properties are not available, it seems now that the council and housing association and even private landlords are finding any excuse to evict their tenants for migrants. Join me as we listen to an interview from a viewer who contacted the channel, who wanted to express and share their own experience regarding their housing association, an eviction, and also the reason behind it. Hi there, thank you for contacting the channel. You contacted us because you wanted to share your experience with regards to migration in the UK and how it's affecting your daily life and your housing situation. So if you'd just like to introduce yourself first to the viewers and the subscribers, who you are, what county you're from, your age and your ethnicity.
Hi, my name's Tony. I'm from Northamptonshire and I'm 47 and I'm white.
Okay, and would you just like to tell the audience your background, housing situation, and your environment? So kind of what area you live in to begin with, and kind of just what the setup is and how long you've been there for.
I've been in my house for 8.5 years now.
Okay.
It's a white majority where I live.
Okay.
There's a few black people, but other than that, it's white majority.
Okay.
My housing situation.
Is there any schools or parks nearby where you live?
We've got quite a few parks, and there's literally a school directly opposite my house.
Okay, no problem. So if you'd like to let the audience know a bit of the background of what your situation and the problems you've had with your housing situation, with your housing association, and just let the audience know of what they've done with regards to putting pressure on you, money and also your property, you said. So if you just want to give the audience a breakdown and a bit of a background of your situation and story.
Well, basically, I was £500 in credit with my rent, but then they didn't put my rent up for 3 years, and then phoned me and said, "Oh, we've made a mistake. We didn't put your rent up. You are now in rent arrears. You've got to pay it." So at first I was paying it, and then I had a few illnesses, so I wasn't working as much, so I couldn't pay as much as what I would normally pay, and then the rent arrears went up, and then they started putting pressure on me. And they were saying that it's not good enough what I'm paying, even though they put me in rent arrears for thousands of pounds. They told me it wasn't good enough, and that basically I had to give them £1,000 a month, which is unreasonable. And they was putting pressure on me to just try and add more and more and more. So they said they would come to my house to talk to me, and that nobody knocked my door. Nobody. They didn't even leave a card through the letterbox, didn't send me a text, nothing.
Okay, so what kind of time scale did they go? So when they whacked you with this large amount of money to say, obviously it's backdated money,
They
that
had to pay it within 6 months at first, and then because it went over the 6 months because of my condition, because obviously I had an operation and then I had cancer removal.
okay,
They turned around and they were just putting more and more pressure on me, telling me it wasn't good enough, and that I needed to pay more. I needed to get the rent arrears cleared. They kept threatening to take me to the free. I had 2 letters threatening to take me to court.
yeah,
And then they took me to court with the intention of taking my house off me.
yeah,
So when they took me to court, I obviously fought it in court because I said that they put me in the rent arrears, they'd put me in this situation, and the housing officer turned around and said to me, "We wasn't trying to take your house off you. So why did you take me to court for possession of my house? Because you wanted to give it to somebody who wasn't entitled to the house."
okay. So okay, so we'll just slow down a bit and just backtrack a little bit. So they gave you quite a short time period scale to pay this money. Obviously, you had some health conditions. I'm sorry to hear about your health conditions as well. That's awful, but I hope you're better now. But yeah, so obviously, so with your house setup, obviously, did you have a family there, or so? Did something change for them?
I've got children here. I've also had an autistic son live here. I look after my grandchildren. One of my grandchildren have ADHD. I work. I pay my full rent. It's not like I'm sitting here claiming loads of benefits. I don't get no help from the government. I pay everything on my own. And the woman said, "Well, you could have come and talked to me." Well, no, I couldn't come and talk to you because you're unapproachable. Every time I spoke to you, you made me cry, and you told me that it wasn't good enough and I need to sort this out. And you was very abrupt with me. Even in the court, when we went to court, you come and approached me, and you told me you didn't want to endure me any more upset or hurt. And then when we went in to speak to the advocate, you told me that's not what I said, and you started getting very aggressive again. So yes, she was very unapproachable.
So do you think that the attitude changed of the housing situation with regards to you living there when something changed in your household? So was it a health condition or was it a family? Like obviously children, did anybody grow up and move out?
Some of them moved out, and then I had my health conditions.
Okay.
I wasn't paying the rent as they wanted me to pay it. They was making me pay an unreasonable, affordable amount. I mean, you know, yes, I work, yes, I pay all my bills, but I still have gas, electric, council tax, just like everybody else, TV licence. You know, I was going down the food bank.
Well, you said when you contacted the channel that you were working ridiculous hours. You said you were really struggling, weren't you?
I've been doing like, I mean, I'm supposed to work 36 and a half hours a week, and I do 14-hour shifts, and I was doing like 140 to 160 hours overtime a month.
Wow.
Just to try and get this paid.
That's ridiculous.
Because I was on my case, so I was burning myself into the ground. I mean, I went back to work 2 weeks after I had the cancer removal right in my head.
Okay, so do you feel that it was that their intentions to get you out of your home was the real reason was the actual kind of any money that was owed, or do you feel that there was a hidden agenda behind it? Do you feel that
there was a hidden agenda behind it because I believe that they wanted my house for immigration, because I've noticed slowly but surely we're starting to see a few of them come through in the area, and they're getting houses that people have been bidding on for months and months and months. I mean, my daughter-in-law's in a 2-bedroom flat with my son, and they've got 2 kids, and it's a high-rise, and one of their children are ADHD. They've been bidding on houses, even in my road they've been bidding on houses for about a year now, and they keep getting refused, and now there's immigration people there. And I'm not on about people who come to the country and work and pay taxes. I work with a lot of people like that. They actually don't get any benefits, and this is what people don't realise the difference between the two is. There's people that come over here and they're working their butts off and they're paying taxes, and they get absolutely nothing in return. Then you've got these people that are coming over with nothing, no identity, no nothing, and they're literally getting everything handed to them on a plate, and it's absolutely disgusting.
Okay, so how does the whole situation and what you've encountered, how does that kind of make you feel about the country? Does it make you feel kind of proud?
It makes me feel like it's not a British country no more.
So you wouldn't say that you feel proud or patriotic to be British?
I'm definitely not patriotic anymore. I used to be, but I'm definitely not anymore. No, why should I be? Because basically it's take from us and give to everyone else, and it's not fair. And it's not even like they've got plan for it. They're giving immigration everything here. They're sending all our money abroad. It's just ridiculous. And then you've got us British people and the people that come over that actually have been brought over to work, that are paying taxes and not getting nothing. The only thing they get is free schools for their children. Other than that, they're not entitled to no benefits, no nothing. And I know this is fact because I work with people like this.
Yeah, see, I think I think that's where a lot of the public kind of aren't really informed correctly with regards to the two kinds of different situations. I think a lot of people kind of think that it's just one bracket that everybody falls under, and that's not the case at all.
Not. A lot of these people that are working in our hospitals, that are carers, they are all being brought over here to do these jobs. They've been brought over by our government to do these jobs. When they get there, promised the world, and when they get here, they're making them find their own private housing. They have to work, and also if they don't, and also then they're telling them they've got to find a sponsor, and if their sponsor lets them go, they're sending them back home with absolutely nothing and taking everything that they've earned off them.
Wow.
And the thing is, they don't pay. And the thing is, they're not entitled to no, but even for their children, they're not entitled to any child benefit, nothing for their children. They have to pay for everything out there, a bit of wage, their rent, their bills, everything for their children. They are literally not entitled. They are not allowed to claim.
So do you think that the government should put more laws or legislations in place to protect people like the people of the UK? I'm saying, so even those who come over through legal migration should have some sort of protection, because
they should have priority.
Yeah.
They should have priority. Why are these people that are coming over legally and working their butts off and not getting no help from this country? And it's this country that's brought them over, yeah, and they're working their butts off. They get nothing in return, and they're the ones that are being sent home. Why should they be sent home? They're paying just as much tax as what we're paying.
Yes, you're correct. You're right. Well, Tony.
And then you've got these people. You've got these people that are coming over on the boats and getting mobile phones, houses, put up in expensive hotels, clothes, everything for their kids.
Yeah.
And they're literally getting set up for life. It's wrong because it's being given to the wrong people.
Exactly. Well, thank you, Tony. Thanks very much for the interview you've given, and thank you for your story. And I'm sorry to hear about your health conditions and obviously the situation with your housing, but hopefully that's all sorted out and a lot more stable now your end. So, but thank you very much for contacting the show, and thank you for letting the viewers and the subscribers know your experience.
You're very welcome, anytime.
Thank you. But it seems that Tony is not the only person who's a victim of this process.
TikTok. I must be the first person in the country to get evicted by his landlord because he wants to house the fucking hotel people. Literally got a text last night saying you got a month's notice, maximum 2, want you to move out, we're redecorating and we're not renting the property back out to you, pretty much. I don't know where I stand with that or how it fucking goes down or what the fucking crack is, but that's a text I received last night. He wants me out. Why? There we go. What do we do, guys? What do we do? Do you know what I mean? But also, next door, he owns a house next door. You've got the Romanian family living there. They're getting kicked out as well. So that's what I'm trying to say, guys. Look what Keir Starmer's done now. All this hard working people are getting kicked out now. We've got nowhere to live. He wants to house them. So people next door, Romanians, came over here about 15 years ago. Been non-stop working flat out. They've been given 1 month's notice to fucking move out. Same as myself. There we go. Thank you, Keir Starmer. Wanker.
Who are you, mate?
I'm a staff here.
Staff. What's your name?
I don't need to report.
Well, you've got no badge on. You can't be telling people what to do.
I've got the keys.
You got a key. I've got a key. Look, I've got a key as well. So yeah, they've got a whole gated community here. And 7 months ago, a man was stabbed on this site. You can search it in Google. It will tell you a Derby man, but it wasn't a Derby man, was it? Fuck me. Is this Halfords? Look at the bikies. Does anyone need a washing machine, mattress? How many rooms in here?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it good?
Okay.
Did you have to do time in a hotel before here?
Yeah.
All these white women. You right? How are we? So who do you work with the council? No, we just come to see because it's good. They're giving them gated communities, and these are the people that help it.
That's nice, isn't it?
We know that the government is buying hotels to put these illegal immigrants in now. So in my constituency, I have an illegal immigrant hotel, as you know. I campaigned hard on it in the by-election. because of the private landlord scheme that you've introduced, whereby private landlords, if they give up their properties for 5 years, get guaranteed rent, all repairs done, British people, my residents in Runcorn and Helsby, are being issued with Section 21 notices to get out of their accommodation, and illegal immigrants have been moved in. None of this lot are getting deported. None of them are getting sent home unless we're out of the European Court of Human Rights, and that's what reform will do.
Which brings me on to the disclosure and release of Operation Rule Britannia, a mission and operation here that we intend to carry out had just gone viral. This is because the English Channel has become a dangerous crossing for thousands, often at the hands of the human traffickers, and we believe that there is a better and safer and more controlled way to manage our borders and protect these people. That's why we're launching Operation Rule Britannia, but we urgently need your support and your help. Part of the operation will be to secure the channel. We aim to patrol the English Channel, identifying and intercepting illegal migrant boats attempting to cross into the UK. Our goal is to safely and courteously escort these vessels back into French waters, disrupting the dangerous routes exploited by the criminal gangs and ensuring an orderly process. But we will also be providing humanitarian aid. We are committed to human safety above all else, and in emergent situations our crew will be equipped and ready to provide immediate humanitarian assistance and support to migrants who are in distress, including first aid, water and emergency supplies. But we need your help. Our primary hurdle is the urgent repair of our vessel. This boat is essential for our operations, but it requires significant repairs and upgrades to be seaworthy, safe, reliable and effective for the operation. The majority of the donations will be going on the engine, which currently isn't running and needs repairing and parts. Here at Just Gone Viral we like to be transparent, therefore I will be documenting behind the scenes for all our members at the channel. I will also keep receipts and logs of any purchases that have been made with regards to the boat. The boat currently sits in a secret location and is waiting to be transported nearer to where I live so the work can start to be carried out. Obviously for security reasons and so people can't sabotage this project, the boat shown in front of you is a likeness of the boat that will have the work carried out and done. So if you want to help and participate, support this process and operation, and take back your borders and have controls of your seas, you can support the channel at the following links shown in front of you. If you haven't already, smash subscribe, share the video to friends and family, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.